is Luke chapter 4, verse 18. The Spirit of the Most High is upon me because the Spirit of the Most High is upon me because He hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
Right? So the Most High God has graciously and mercifully, all right? And we give all praise, honor, and glory to Him in the name of His Son for pouring the Spirit out upon us, all right? The same way He poured His Spirit out upon who the world calls Christ, Yahawashi and Mashiach, the same way He poured His Spirit out on all of His prophets to prophesy, to preach the gospel, man. The true gospel. Not the watered down garbage that they teach in the Christian church. Okay? Read.
He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted.
The brokenhearted, man. And there's not another people more brokenhearted than blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? And who broke their hearts? The goddamn devil, the white man, broke their hearts, man.
That's right.
All right? Through rape, robbery, murder, genocide. All right? So the gospel is not for everybody. Especially not some fat white devil, man.
That's right.
Okay? The gospel could never be for you. Give me Luke 1 and 67, because the gospel does have something to do with that fat white devil, man. Get Luke 1 and 67.
This is Luke chapter 1, verse 67. And his father Zacharias was filled with the Holy Ghost.
Right, John the Baptist's father Zacharias spoke in the Spirit. The Lord poured His Spirit on him. Go ahead.
And prophesied, saying, Blessed be the Most High power of Israel.
Right.
For He hath visited and redeemed His people.
Redeemed His people. Read on.
And hath raised up an horn of salvation for us in the house of His servant David.
Read.
As He spake by the mouth of His holy prophets, which have been since the world began.
Go ahead.
That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us.
And that's the gospel, man. The gospel is us being saved from the hand of our enemy.
That's right.
And who is our enemy? Give me Deuteronomy 28:68, man. Okay? You so-called white people are our enemy.
That's right.
The enemy of blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans. So how can the gospel be for you? The gospel is not for you, man. You don't need to be saved. People need to be saved from you white people.
Bring it out.
All right, black people and Hispanic people need to be saved from you goddamn white people, man.
That's right.
So how can the gospel be for you? Read.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 68. And the Most High shall bring thee into Egypt.
Read.
Again with ships.
This is the spiritual Egypt that is spoken of in the scriptures, man. Okay? This is where the dead bodies of the Israelites lie in the streets of the city, man. Okay? Read.
By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again.
Go ahead.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen.
So the Bible says that your enemy are the people who sold you into slavery. Right? Zacharias in the Spirit said that we should be saved from our enemies, man.
That's right.
So you white people are the enemy of blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Right.
So we need to be saved from you. And that's where who the world calls Christ comes into play, man. So go back to Luke. Right? That's where who the world calls Christ comes into play. What's Christ's real name? Yahawashi. What does Yahawashi mean? It means He saves or He delivers. Because that's what He's getting ready to do. He's getting ready to come and save and deliver His people from you goddamn devils, man. You crackers, you white people, you Edomites. All right? Read.
This is Luke 4 and 18. The Spirit of the Most High is upon me.
Read.
Because He hath anointed me to preach the gospel to the poor.
Go ahead.
He hath sent me to heal the brokenhearted. To preach deliverance to the captives.
See that? Deliverance to the captives. You ask any Negro out here what his name, he's going to tell you a white man's name. You ask any so-called Latino, so-called Native Americans what their names are, they're going to give you some white man's name, man.
Right.
Why? Because you are captive, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are still, to this day, in the land of their captivity. Okay? And your names prove it. And the way you conduct yourselves and act and follow after these heathens proves it. Deliverance for the captives. Read on.
And recovering of sight to the blind.
And that's what we've been out here to do and trying to do. Recover the sight of the blind, because you blacks and Hispanics are so blind in this captivity, man. You honestly think that you're good here. You honestly think that this place is meant for you. Meanwhile, you look on the news reports, there's you all up on the news reports dead, man.
Right.
Dead and oppressed and destroyed in every single way possible. But you think this place is for you. We've come out here because the Most High anointed us to come out here and recover your sight, man.
Right.
All right? Read.
To set at liberty them that are bruised.
Read.
To preach the acceptable year of the Most High.
That's right, man. And who the world calls Christ? He was quoting this from Isaiah. So get that. Isaiah 61 and 1. All right?
I don't know why you have it on, bro.
But the Christian church wants you to think that the Old Testament is done away with. But here you got who they're named after, supposedly. Christians are named after Christ, right? Here you have Christ quoting the Old Testament, but the Old Testament is done away with.
Right.
You Christians don't know a damn thing, man.
Right.
Read.
It's in Isaiah chapter 61, verse 1.
Go ahead.
The Spirit of the Most High, Yahweh, is upon me.
Read.
Because the Most High hath anointed me.
Read.
To preach good tidings.
Good tidings. That's the gospel. Go ahead.
Unto the meek.
To the meek. Read.
He hath sent me to bind up the brokenhearted.
Uh-huh.
To proclaim liberty to the captives.
Liberty to the captives. Read on.
And the opening of the prison to them that are bound.
Opening of the prisons. Who fills up the prisons of this country, man?
Right.
First and foremost, here on the west side of the earth, we have a higher prison population than the entire eastern side of the earth. And who are the prisons filled up with? The prisons are filled up with blacks and Hispanics, man.
That's right.
And Native Americans. We are the ones who fill the prison houses. We're the ones who need to be set at liberty from them. Okay? Is that it on that?
Well, to proclaim the acceptable year of the Most High.
Uh-huh.
And the day of vengeance of our God.
See, that's that being delivered from the hand of our enemies, man. The vengeance, the repercussions, the judgment that's coming to you damn heathens, man.
Right.
And judgment is coming to you heathens, man. Give me that. I think it's something. Sorry, drop that. Just give me Job 30 and 36 and 15. Come.
Job 36, verse 15.
Read.
He delivereth the poor in his affliction.
Right. Read.
And openeth their ears in oppression.
Go ahead.
Even so would he have removed thee out of the straits into a broad place.
Read that again from the top.
Job 36 and 16. Even so would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place, where there is no straightness, and that which should be...
Read 15 again. Select from the top.
Job 36 and 15.
Uh-huh.
He delivered the poor in his affliction.
Right, man. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are poor, man. They're the poorest people in every aspect that you can bring out. All right? And through the mercy and through the grace of the Most High, brothers like myself and brothers all throughout the Americas and all throughout the earth have been almost pretty much not delivered completely, but we've been delivered out of that mental captivity, out of that blindness, and been taught who we are, man.
Right.
And learn who we are, and learn what's required of us, which is to keep the faith and the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, and faith in His Son. Read on.
And openeth their ears in oppression.
And that's what happened, man. Give me Ecclesiastes 7 and 13. All right? The Most High God opened our ears in our oppression, man. He granted us the wisdom to get angry at our oppression. To see what's going on with our people and hear about the Bible and the scriptures and the Most High God's chosen people, and to see the similarities and to see that we are the people of the book, man.
That's right.
That blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of Israel that the Bible speaks of. Okay? Read.
7 and 13.
Come
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 verse 13.
on.
Consider the work of the Most High God.
Salat.
Surely, this is Ecclesiastes 7 and 7.
Come on.
Surely oppression maketh the wise man mad.
And that's how you only got wisdom on this earth if the Most High God is dealing with you, man.
That's right.
So if the Most High God is dealing with you, He's going to give you the wisdom to look at the oppression that your people are suffering and to get mad and angry about it, man. And He's going to open up your ears. So go back to Job 36 and 15.
This is Job 36 and 15.
Go ahead.
He delivereth the poor in his affliction
Uh-huh.
and openeth their ears in oppression.
And open their ears in oppression. Read on.
Even so, would he have removed thee out of the strait into a broad place,
Come on.
where there is no straightness, and that which should be set on thy table should be full of fatness.
Right. Drop that. Give me Baruch. Baruch, the 2nd chapter. In the 30th verse.
This is Baruch chapter 2 verse 30.
Uh-huh.
For I knew that they would not hear me,
Uh-huh.
because it is a stiff-necked people.
And that's who we've been sent out here to. And that's what we've been dealing with week in and week out. A stiff-necked people that will not hear us, man. And really, it's not us that you're not hearing. It's not us that you're ignoring. It's not us that you're laughing at. Who you're laughing at, ignoring, and not hearing is the Most High God, man.
Right.
All right? Read on.
But in the land of their captivities,
Read.
they shall remember themselves.
Right? And that's where we are right now. We are in the land of our captivity, like I brought out earlier. You got your slave master's last name on you, man.
Right.
You are still a captive. You got to pay taxes because you're still a captive.
Come on.
All right? And like it said in Job, in our oppression, He opened up our ears, man. Right? The scripture just said, in the land of our captivity, we shall remember ourselves.
Come on.
Because once again, through the Most High's grace and mercy, He has allowed us to remember ourselves, man.
Come on.
Read on.
And shall know that I am the Most High, their power.
Read on.
For I will give them an heart and ears to hear.
Uh-huh.
And they shall praise me in the land of their captivity and think upon my name.
Right? This was what Isaiah was talking about. This is what who the world calls Christ was talking about. Our blindness and our deafness being done away with, and praising the name of the Most High God in the
Right.
name of His Son, and knowing who the Most High God really is,
That's right.
which is not Jehovah, which is not Yahweh, is Yahweh. You understand? And knowing who His only begotten Son is, not some goddamn devil cracker, Caesar Borgia,
Come on.
but a black man named Yahawashi Hamashiach.
Right.
Read on.
And return from their stiff neck and from their wicked deeds, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord.
Right, man. We're coming out here to try to. We've done it, and now we're trying to bid you all, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, to turn from your wicked ways and deeds, man.
That's right.
Remember what your forefathers did, and understand that what our forefathers did put us in this predicament that we're in right now,
Come on.
which is captivity, man.
Come on.
So we're bidding you and pleading with you to come back to the ways of the Most High God,
Come on.
come back to the law, statutes, and commandments, and the faith of Yahawashi, and follow in Yahawashi's footsteps, man.
That's right.
Meaning be perfect and be blameless to the best of your ability, man. Okay? Is that 34? Read on.
Verse 34,
Uh-huh.
and I will bring them again into the land.
Right, and that's when we're going to be brought back into the land. And that land is talking about Israel. And when we get brought back into the land, that will be the implementation of the kingdom of heaven on earth, man.
That's right.
All right?
When
When all you East Indians are going to be in slavery, every Arab is going to be in slavery,
That's right.
every single white man is going to be in slavery, every African is going to be in slavery, man.
That's right.
The kingdom of heaven is when judgment is exacted on all the people that have committed crimes against the children of God, man. Okay? That's 34? Keep reading.
Which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and they shall be lords of it, and I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished.
Right. Right, and that's when we're going to be lords over our land, man. Right now, you got the damn fake white Jew over there, lord over our land. Give me Zechariah 9 and 6, man. All right? You got those fake white sewer rats out there calling themselves Jews, man. Blaspheming the name of Judah. Okay? When they don't fit anything in the Bible that it says to be a Jew.
That's right.
Read.
This is Zechariah chapter 9 verse 6.
Read.
And a bastard.
A what?
And a bastard.
A bastard, man. A bastard, a illegitimate child, a fatherless child. Why are they illegitimate? Why are they fatherless? Because the Most High God cast them away, man.
That's
the
right.
Most High God is not dealing with them, man. They're the devil that the Bible speaks of. They're the children of Satan.
Right.
Not the children of God. Those white people, man. Those white people in Israel are the synagogue of Satan.
Right.
And they are bastards according to the scriptures. Read that again.
Zechariah 9 and 6.
Uh-huh.
And a bastard
Uh-huh.
shall dwell in Ashdod.
And that's who's dwelling in the land of Israel right now. A bastard, man. People who have no legitimate claim to that land. All right?
Right.
Read.
And I will cut off the pride of the Philistines.
Uh-huh. Okay, Khan, drop that. Give me what is it? Ezekiel, I want to say 36. 36 and 7. I will put the worst of the people in the land, something like that.
36 and 7.
I believe it is. Fine.
This is Ezekiel chapter 36 verse 5.
Uh-huh.
Therefore thus saith the Most High power of Israel,
Read.
surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen,
Read.
and against all Idumea,
Read.
which have appointed my land into their possession.
And that's who's appointed our land into their possession, Idumea, the Edomites. And that's who's in that land. That's those bastards, man,
Right.
who have no claim to that land. That's who's dwelling in there. Why? Because you blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans could not keep the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
You wanted to follow after the heathen. So the Most High destroyed you, put you in captivity, and put the lowest, most filthiest, most degenerate, most profane people in your land.
That's right.
Okay? So drop that. Give me John 5 and 46. You right?
This is John chapter 5 verse 46.
All praises, brother. All praises. Go ahead.
For had ye believed Moses,
Uh-huh.
ye would have believed me.
And this is the problem with our people. Our people don't believe in Moses. Our people don't believe in who the world calls Christ.
Right.
Who do our people believe in? Our people believe in the so-called white man.
That's right.
That's who they believe in. The so-called white man will tell you Jesus was a white man. Our people eat it up and have white Jesus in their house. The so-called white man tells our people the law, statutes, and commandments have been done away with. And our people go and eat pork and do all manner of wickedness, man.
Right.
Because the white man said so. Why? Because you do not believe Moses. Therefore, you do not believe who the world calls Christ. Read on.
For had ye believed Moses, ye would have believed me, for he wrote of me.
Moses wrote about who the world calls Christ. So how could the writings of Moses be done away with?
Right.
This is what a Christian will tell you. The Old Testament is done away with. But Moses, the Old Testament has a testimony of who the world calls Christ.
Right.
So how can it be done away with, man? All the prophecies of Christ are in the Old Testament. Drop that, give me Revelations, what is that, 21 and 10? No, 19 and 10. Come on, 19 and 10. This scripture right here is proof that the Most High God is not dealing with the Christian church, man. Got that?
It's in Revelation chapter 19, verse 10.
Uh-huh.
And I fell at his feet to worship him.
Read.
And he said unto me, see thou do it not.
Read. Hold on. Select. This is John the Revelator. He saw an angel and he dropped down at his feet to worship him. I digress, but I bring this out to say that's a beautiful cut to the Catholic Church, man.
Right.
That worships and prays to angels and saints, man. The angel said, see thou do it not. Don't do that. Don't worship me. Why? Read.
I am thy fellow servant.
He's a fellow servant, man. You're not supposed to worship the servant. You're not supposed to worship the creature over the creator.
Right.
But that's the madness you learn in the Christian and Catholic Church, man. All right? So read that again from the top, Baba Kusha.
Revelation 19 and 10.
Uh-huh.
And I fell at his feet to worship him.
Go ahead.
He said unto me, see thou do it not.
Come on.
I am thy fellow servant,
Uh-huh.
and of thy brethren that have the testimony of Yahawashi.
The testimony of who the world calls Christ, right? Read.
Worship the Most High.
Uh-huh.
For the testimony of Yahawashi is the spirit of prophecy.
The testimony of who the world calls Christ is the spirit of prophecy, man.
Right.
Who the world calls Christ dealt with prophecy heavily, man.
Right.
All right? And where did he get the prophecies from? All in the so-called Old Testament.
Right.
So how can the so-called Old Testament be done away with? The Old Testament is not done away with. The white man is the devil that the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
That's the issue here, man. That's the main issue. That's the root cause of all the issues on the earth is the white man is the goddamn devil, man.
Right.
All right? So drop that. Go back to John 5:46.
It's in John chapter 5 verse 46.
Uh-huh.
For had ye believed Moses,
Read.
ye would have believed me.
Uh-huh.
For he wrote of me.
He wrote of him, read.
But if ye believe not his writing,
Go ahead.
how shall ye believe my words?
That's right, man. And ultimately, when you really put it to the test, Christians don't believe in the words of who the world calls Christ, man.
Right.
Because what does who the world calls Christ say in the book of Revelation, the 13th chapter? He who leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity, man.
Right.
Right? But when you pose that ideology to a Christian, man, they don't want to accept it. They don't want to accept it. They don't want to hear it. But that's red letter, man. When you call those people out in Israel the synagogue of Satan, they don't want to hear it. They don't want to accept it.
God.
But that's red letter, man. When we tell people that who the world calls Christ is coming with a sword to exact vengeance, they don't want to hear it. But that's red letter, man.
Right.
But you don't believe Moses, so how could you ever believe who the world calls Christ? You don't believe in the testimonies of Christ, so how are you going to believe his testimony of his own mouth, man?
Right.
You won't, because you've been deceived by the devil on the earth, the white man.
That's right.
Drop that. That's 47.
Right.
Get Deuteronomy. Give me Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, man. All right? And it's that ideology and that deception that has ultimately led our people to the state that we're in right now, man.
God.
All right? Completely destroyed in the ghettos of America and Canada. Completely destroyed on the reservations. On the damn border that the white man, the devil, created himself on our own land.
That's right.
Putting our children into damn dog cages. All right? Murdering our people, man. Us murdering each other. Selling drugs to each other. Having sex with each other's wives. Pimping out our daughters. Leaving our children. All of this is because you took heed to the white man before you took heed of the Most High God and counsel of the Most High God, man.
That's right.
So read what you got, 28 and 15.
It's in Deuteronomy chapter 28 verse 15.
Uh-huh.
But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken unto the voice of the Most High thy power.
One thing you blacks and Hispanics need to understand is that your forefathers, who are the Israelites of the Bible, made a contract, a covenant with the Most High God.
Right.
All right, and just like in any contract, there are stipulations and there are penalties. So if you don't keep your end of the contract, penalties occur. The contract that our forefathers made with the Most High God was the law, that we should keep the law, and if we kept the law, we would get blessed. But the penalties for not keeping the law were these. Read on.
To observe, to do all his commandments and his statutes which I commanded thee this day. That all these curses.
That all these what?
That all these curses.
The curses that are written in the book of Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, are the stipulations and the penalties that come with not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments, man. That is the, and give me 45. Give me 45, Baba Kusha.
This is verse 45. Moreover, all these curses,
right? The curses, the penalties, read.
Shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee,
read,
and overtake thee.
Go ahead.
Till thou be destroyed.
And that's the state the black people and Hispanic people are in right now, man. We are in a completely destroyed state, utterly destroyed, mentally, physically, spiritually, everything, man.
Right.
Read.
Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Most High thy power.
And that is the reason why we are in this position. Because we did not hearken to the voice of the Most High God. Read.
To keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder, and upon thy seed forever. So
these curses that we get, the penalties, the curses that we have on our people, that are so evident that we're about to get into, those curses are going to be a sign and a wonder to pinpoint who are the people of God. Okay? So give me Deuteronomy 28 and go to 16.
Verse 16. Cursed shalt thou be in the city, and cursed shalt thou be in the field.
So blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are evidently and so visibly destroyed and cursed in the city, man.
Right.
You go to any city in Canada, any city in America, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are completely and utterly destroyed. We're in the ghettos, we're in the reservations, right? We're addicted to drugs, we're selling drugs to each other, gang banging, all of these various things, man. We are destroyed in the city, and we're destroyed in the field.
Right.
Last hired, first fired, man. Highest unemployment rates, highest poverty rates.
Right.
That's you blacks and Hispanics, and that's the curse that the Most High God put on you for not keeping his law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Read on.
Cursed shall be thy basket and thy store.
Right, man. Our baskets are cursed. We come home with the bare essentials, the bare minimum. And sometimes you don't even know if you're gonna make it, man. You don't even know if you're gonna get another check next week. You don't know if you're gonna get laid off, and how you're gonna be able to feed your kids.
Right.
Once again, that is a curse that has been put upon you for not keeping the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
Read verse 19.
Verse 19. Cursed shalt thou be when thou comest in, and cursed shalt thou be when thou goest out.
Right? When we're born, we are born into these curses, man.
That's right.
We are born into poverty. We are born into neighborhoods that are infested with gangs and drugs and violence. We are born into these things, and we die in these things.
Right.
So we are born, cursed we are when we come in, and cursed we are when we go out. Once again, these are pinpoint signs to show you who the children of God are.
Right.
Which is you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Go to verse 25.
Verse 25. The Most High shall cause thee to be smitten before thine enemies. Thou shalt go out one way against them, and flee 7 ways before them.
Right, and this is what took place. This is what took place 1492. This is what took place in the shores of West Africa, man. Our people were dismayed and destroyed by the so-called white man.
That's right.
And it can only happen. Give me that. What is that in Jeremiah? Who delivered Israel? They're spoiled. You know what I'm talking about? Is it Jeremiah? Is that Isaiah? Give me that. Because blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are evidently more powerful and more stronger than white people, man.
That's right.
It's obvious. You look at boxing, you look at UFC, you look at all these things. Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans run those, man.
That's right.
Because why? The scripture talks about Esau and Jacob, man, and one will be stronger than the other. That's you blacks and Hispanics. You are 100 times more powerful and stronger than white people.
Right.
But yet and still, white people were able to get the upper hand on you and destroy you and take you into captivity.
God.
How is that? That is because you broke the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High God, man.
That's right.
Read what you got.
This is Isaiah chapter 42, verse 24.
Uh-huh.
Who gave Jacob for a spoil?
So who allowed black people and Hispanic people to go into slavery? Read.
And Israel to the robbers.
Who did that? Go ahead.
Did not the Most High?
The Most High allowed it, man. Because if we hadn't broken the law, statutes, and commandments, the Most High wouldn't have allowed that, man. The Most High would have been with us.
That's right.
Read.
He against whom we have sinned.
Him who we have sinned against, man. Sin is the transgression of the law. So like we've been reading, we transgressed the law, so we were destroyed in battle, man. The Most High wasn't with us. Is that it on that?
For they would not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law.
That's what that it is right there. That's that sin. Being disobedient to the laws of God. Give me that. You know what I mean? Like almost says go not after fight. What I'm talking about? Alright? And that's what happened. Because the white man could never beat blacks and Hispanics in a physical battle, man. In a close quarter physical battle, the white man could never prevail against blacks and Hispanics, man, ever. The white man has to have guns and shoot you from 100 meters away. That's the only way he can beat blacks and Hispanics, man. Got that? Go ahead.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 1, verse 41.
Uh-huh.
Then he answered and said unto me,
Read.
We have sinned against the Most High Yahweh.
So this is talking about a time where Israel was getting ready to go to war. But we had sinned against the Most High. We had broken his law, statutes, and commandments. Read.
We will go up and fight.
Uh-huh.
According to all that the Most High our power commanded us.
Read.
And when he had girded on every man his weapons of war.
So every man got ready for war. All the blacks and Hispanics got their weapons, got their armor, and were ready to go to war. Read.
Ye were ready to go up into the hill.
Uh-huh.
And the Most High said unto me,
The Most High God said unto Moses, read.
Say unto them, Go not up, neither fight, for I am not among you, lest ye be smitten before your enemies.
The Most High God is not with us, man.
Right.
When we break his law, statutes, and commandments. That is why the so-called white man was able to get an upper hand and take us into slavery, man.
That's
and
right.
take our land from us. Because we were not obedient unto his laws.
That's right.
So how do we rectify that? How do we get back in our position, our rightful position as rulers of the earth, man? If breaking the law got us into this position of being destroyed, of course, it's only obvious and evident that we must come back to keeping the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High.
That's right.
So that we can be put back in our proper position in the earth as rulers of the earth, man. And the white man can be put back in his proper position, which is a damn piece of garbage parasite under our boot, man.
That's right.
All right? So go back to Deuteronomy 28. 30.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 30.
Read.
Thou shalt betroth a wife,
Uh-huh.
and another man shall lie with her.
And this is what's been happening to our people ever since we went off, man. Ever since we went off, other men of other nations have been lying with our women in slavery. That happened, man.
That's right.
Right? You saw that happening in all these movies that they put out. You see a black woman getting raped by a white man,
Right.
and the black man cannot do nothing about it. In slavery, man. When the conquistadors came over here, the colonial white people came over here against the Native Americans. It's infamous how much rape occurred, man.
God.
How much they raped the Native Americans. How much they raped the native people of North, Central, South America, man.
God.
All right? Read that again.
Deuteronomy 28 and 30. Thou shalt betroth a wife,
Uh-huh.
and another man shall lie with her.
And this happens even in this day and age, man. You got these cops going around raping our women, man.
Right.
You got young black women disappearing black, Hispanic, and Native American women disappearing by the thousands in America, man. And you think that it's not evident and obvious what's going on? People have been coming out talking about the elites kidnap kids, man, to rape them and to murder them and even to eat them, man.
Right.
But that doesn't only happen. The other nations do that to us. But guess what? We do that to each other, man.
Right.
We sleep with each other's wives, which is completely wicked and demonic and satanic, man. Why do you want to sleep with your brother's wife?
Right.
But you want to make music, and that's the music that's exalted in this place, man. You got these simple-minded Negroes and Hispanics that make music about sleeping with another man's wife, man. And that's what you blacks and Hispanics love to listen to, man. That stupid rap music that talks about sleeping with another man's wife, selling drugs to your people, murdering your people because he's not in the same gang as you.
Huh?
That's why you're destroyed in America, man. That's why you're destroyed in Canada. Read it again.
So Deuteronomy chapter 20 and verse 30.
Uh-huh.
Thou shalt betroth a wife,
Read.
and another man shall lie with her.
Go ahead.
Thou shalt build an house,
Read.
and thou shalt not dwell there.
Guess what, man? Canada and America and every country in South America and Central America were built off the blood, sweat, and tears of black people, Hispanic people, and Native American people.
That's right.
Right? You got the damn White House. You got the damn White House. No Negro or no Hispanic or Native American has ever lived and ruled out of that White House, man. Don't even talk to me about Obama, because Obama is not a Negro, man.
That's right.
Obama is a filthy Hamite, an African, man. He did not, his people never went into slavery. His people were never put on ships, man. His people sold Negroes into slavery, man. Give me that in Joel. The 3rd chapter. All right? Barack Obama's people never went into slavery, man. Barack Obama's people sold Negroes into slavery. And they put him in the White House, man. But you blacks and Hispanics got all happy over Barack Obama, thinking that that's your president. When he's nothing but a filthy Hamite who oppressed your people and did nothing for your people, man. What did he do? Other than pass a bunch of homosexual laws, man. That's what they try to remember the first so-called black president for. The president of the homosexuals, man.
Right.
God damn Barack Obama. God damn America and God damn Canada, man.
That's right.
You could be a damn homosexual, but you can't have more than one wife, man.
Right.
You can't have more than one wife here. But guess what? Blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans, it's always been in our DNA and in our blood and in our culture and our heritage to have more than one wife. But being a damn homosexual has never been in our culture, man. That's the white man's culture. But you want to follow after the white man, so you become homosexual, man. You become a lesbian. And then you talk about how it's wicked for a man to have more than one wife.
That's right.
Scriptures speak about this place. This place calls the wicked good and the good wicked. The turning of things upside down, man. Read what you got.
This is Joel chapter 3 verse 3.
Uh-huh.
And they have cast lots for my people and have given a boy for an harlot.
This is what happened. This is what took place. People were bidding on our people. People were bidding on our children to become slaves. Read.
And sold a girl for wine
Uh-huh.
that they might drink.
Read.
Yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon?
Guess what, man? You so-called Africans that sold Negroes to the white man, you have nothing to do with us, man. Just because you're the same skin color as some of the brothers, the Southern Kingdom brothers, you have nothing to do with us. All right, read.
And all the coasts of Palestine, will ye render me a recompense?
You Arabs too, because that's who sold so-called Negroes to the white man. It was the Africans and the Arabs sold my brothers of the Southern Kingdom, the Negroes, to the white man. Read.
Will ye render me a recompense?
Go ahead.
And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, will I return your recompense upon your own head.
Guess what, man? The Most High God is getting ready to recompense all you heathens that took our people into slavery. He's getting ready to recompense and judge you according to your works.
Right.
Read.
Because ye have taken my silver and my gold.
And that's one thing that we come out here and we promote and we push, man. Because guess what? We are black identity extremists up here, man.
That's
brown,
right.
Brown identity extremists up here, man. Because the Bible says that you blacks and Hispanics are gold, man. And all these other nations are like unto spittle and nothing, man.
That's right.
All right? The black, Hispanic, and Native American man, woman, and child, according to the Bible, is above all nations that are upon the face of the earth.
That's right.
Give me, Salak, hold that. Give me Sirach 33 and 10, bro. Because this is another garbage, nonsense ideology that is pushed throughout the earth. That everybody's the same, everybody's equal. That's nonsense and that's garbage and that's not biblical at all, man. If you call yourself a Christian, if you call yourself somebody that believes in the Bible and in the Most High God, you have to understand that that's not biblical at all. That is not a biblical concept. Equality is not a biblical concept, man.
Sirach 33 and what?
33 and 10.
This is Sirach chapter 33 verse 10. And all men are from the ground.
Read.
And Adam was created of earth.
This is what we hear all the time, man. All the time we come out here in these highways and byways and teach the Bible. All we ever hear is that, oh, we all come from the earth. We all bleed red. We all come from Adam, which is true. But there's more truth in that. Read.
Verse 11, in much knowledge the Most High hath divided them.
And see, this is one thing, man. People come up to us and say, we're dividing people. Guess what? Read that again.
In much knowledge the Most High hath divided them.
No, we're dividing them.
The Most High hath divided them.
No. The Sakari is dividing them.
The Most High hath divided them.
No, Hebrew Israelites is dividing everybody.
The Most High hath divided them.
The Bible says the Most High God divided everybody, man.
Right.
That's why you have people that look different from different people. That's why you have people that act differently from different people, man. The scriptures speak about Esau and Jacob, for an example, right? Jacob being a plain man that dwells in tents, man, which bears witness that blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the children of God, because that's how blacks and Hispanics and Native Americans are, man. We like to kick it at the house, man. We like to kick it at the home with our kids, with our wives, with our brothers. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures speak about Esau being a cunning hunter, man. And that's why these white people go out, these damn white people from America go to damn Africa to hunt the lion, man. Because the spirit bears witness of who is. Finish that out.
And made their ways diverse.
See that? The Most High divided people and made their ways diverse. Everybody's different. We're not all the same. We're not all equal. It's going to get into that. Read.
Some of them hath he blessed.
Some of them hath he blessed. Read.
You have your card?
Huh?
Your card.
No, I don't have a card. We're out here. We're out here every Saturday.
So how can
We're
I
out
get
here
in
every
touch
Saturday.
with
Read.
you? So how can I get in touch with you?
Read.
And exalted, and some of them hath he sanctified.
Some of them have he blessed and exalted. The ones that he has blessed and exalted are you blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You Israelites, man.
Right.
Those are the ones who he exalted and blessed.
Anyhow, I can get in touch with you.
What's your nationality?
I'm from Nigeria.
You're from Nigeria. From what tribe?
From Igbo.
Igbo. Okay, got it. All right. So, yeah. We're out here every week. You can go on YouTube and see us on YouTube, Sakari Toronto.
Can you just write it?
All right. But we'll finish this. Let us finish our lesson.
My boss is
Oh, okay.
in 2 minutes.
All right. Okay. So, but we're out here every weekend. So if you come out here next Saturday, this time we'll be here. This is what we do.
You said I can get in touch with you on YouTube. Just write it down for me.
I don't have a pen on me. You have it on your phone. You can write it down.
I'm not gonna use it.
Yeah, just write it on your phone. Okay. You have a paper?
Don't worry,
Yeah.
the back. Thank you.
Here. Here's your pen.
I'll get in touch with you.
Yeah.
God bless you.
God bless.